Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo, a big name. Osege, the youth are the bridge to the future. You can't talk about greater Anambra without talking about greater youth. Youth who have done okite, runde ezu hi na anwụ mkpụrụ mmiri. Nwa Anambra enwe future. So governor got na alụ ọlụ na alụ mmadụ. Pato ji focus on one youth, two skills. Ngige mele ọfụma, especially on roads. Bito bata, main common education. Wee bata woli, Lolo Airport, Lolo ICC Center. Wee bata with Soludo Keta, who is climaxing it with Fun City, with government house. The governor had done so well, and he deserves the second term. Today, I'm 82 students in under my scholarship. I was attacked by the unknown gunmen, and my Helios was set ablaze, but I was the only one that escaped. How I even made it alive, I can't say. I nearly went into deep depression. No, not unknown gunmen. I know, have you reported? What have you done? Out of 11 faculties, I won in 9. So the church also joined me in campaigning, and they had to tell them, if you don't vote for Nelson Omenugha, you've committed an immortal sin. I graduated top best in mass communication. I won the Vice Chancellor Merit Award, and I had automatic employment waiting for me.
Let's talk about your journey into Anambra politics, because I from Winema, yes. And then why Charles Soludo? And then how did you get into government now?
Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo, CFR. A big name. The journey built in 2019. Okay, I feel we need for social orientation to think about the future of Anambra after Willie Obiano. Okay, I can China. So one of the conversations I had with a young person, two of them, both of them are different political ideology. But I noticed now each time after Professor Charles Soludo built up, and then they move a unity of purpose. People now agree. Wide consultation. I know that yes, because the yes mean youth honestly seek Soludo. You know, he had already attempted before. Also got 2010. There was okay disqualified. So we got a lot of backstabbing. We also consulted some stakeholders who have the view that he's certainly a good brand, that he is somebody that can consolidate upon the gains of Willie Obiano and the other governments. And of course, given his capacity and what he has been able to do with Central Bank and with the Nigerian Minting and Printing Corporation, that he's going to do well. And eventually, and by special grace of God, he won by that election. And we are very happy. When he speaks, you can literally feel and touch his passion. Because Anambra is the man. So he loves the youth of Anambra. Osege, the youth are the bridge to the future. You can't talk about greater Anambra without talking about greater youth. Because how Anambra will look in next 5-10 years will depend on the quality of the youth today. Youth who have done okite, runde ezu hi na anwụ mkpụrụ mmiri. Nwa Anambra enwe future. So governor got na alụ ọlụ na alụ mmadụ. Pato ji focus on one youth, two skills. He's very intentional. So the point about I count it as privilege. Naka Professor Charles Soludo. The governor will say that the public service will be the height and the highest point of charity. Like today, I'm 82 students in under my scholarship. As a way of also giving back to society, even saying thank you to Professor Charles Soludo. Onye aka ya dị na PhD Melu na China. Then njekwa ikene elotomokwu agwamasimu that I have done this for you to empower you and to encourage you to do for others. And that's what also inspires most of me trying to invest in other people's education, no matter how little.
I remember the Abba Hilos or Co. Was it targeted, or would you say it was random?
I was attacked by the unknown gunmen a day after the flag off. I ran into them, and my Helios was set ablaze. Now for Nobi, they were already shooting towards holding people hostage. I left my car, I ran on foot. I ran through Gotha. 6 persons agburu. That day Kebuku was AB, youth leader, and Newi Apoga. One was security in Dalo. But I was the only one that, by please God, that escaped. How I even made it alive, I can't say. I nearly went into deep depression.
One bar for Napota for the re-election. I forgot who your signboard. The situation continues. Why Soludo?
I already know a third term. We'll support him. The Kenyawoke Melu in less than 3 years, 6 months. In Anambra today, security of Anambra, go policeable. 9 local government under siege. Yejenwe Hiala, Yejenwe South, part of Agawata, Yejenwe Obaru. Kidnapping me order of the day. I was attacked in a very busy after market day. Blood daylight. You can't say it now. The whole government has been reclaimed. Ndane Zuri, Bumunne Mado. Do not want non government. I know, non do Munne Mado, Pam Mado, Mado. Have you reported? What have you done? It is therefore important till I can fight here criminality. Talk about infrastructure. Government will go to me. Job of Minha. Bagore Benebe, Bagobe. For Amansi up to Awa to Ufuma. Jeno Pokoro Kolundo Pokoro na Governor Soludo Ayachiazo. It's hidden the Potaba Ikenechnek. Bianewi Bank Road ha Agolo. Ejenewi ihe agbara aka ejighị ugogbe nene. The governor had done so well and he deserves the second term. Otu aka say propose kwa statement politics where the whole statement will come, people, stakeholder, the Anambra, one gathering, adopt or agree INEC should not conduct election in Anambra. Don't want to disrupt the development process in Anambra. But I think Anambra is blessed. And Anambra has always been on the rise. Ngige Melonfuma, especially on roads, with Bata, main common education. We have Bata Woli, Lolo Airport, Lolo ICC Center. We have with Soludo Keta, who is climaxing it with Fund City, with Government House, doing major road dualization projects, doing free healthcare, free education, palm oil revolution, 1U 2 skills, solution innovation, driving technology everywhere and everywhere technology.
Before you buy any land or property, make sure you are buying from a government registered and reputable real estate company. And I recommend Pine Leaf Estate and Properties Limited.
In which case, what the layman your office, and then are you only accountable to the governor? Can the youth also access your office?
I'm a public office holder and therefore very much accountable and answerable to the public. So primarily my job is advisory in Yebasa Youth Empowerment Program. In Yekwaka, for I hear advice the well executed.
Why in touch on that 1U 2 skills? Or you to be I'm going to have 2 skills. What is it about?
1U 2 skills, Governor Kwolunkwa, now his manifesto. Okuloku about having young people in his cabinet now this administration as MDs, as CEOs, as commissioners, and as DGs. Okulu no ya equipped with Anambra with digital skill. Every Anambra youth one skill, no in 2 or more skills. 1U 2 skill, both the brainchild Mr. Governor. He visualized it, he conceived it. We are only vessels that are helping him to run it because na governor got now our future doing our past. So we do with every Anambra youth where the passion is there, Gabia government a train no ye na akolo opera or likely not just so train na the hard and the vocational skill. Or you train na the marketing area, the entrepreneurship area where you talk about marketing, branding, how to market and brand your product, which is another sort of skill. They don't you provide the for mentorship or mentor because any development process without mentorship will okay leg. So that you don't make the same mistakes so as a cooperative in because with your peers in a motor of the natural business on the naked profit and losses on then the starter pack the go training is enough empowerment, moving somebody from point A to point B. So if you are not skilled and the government provides skills for you, government have empowered you, so from day one you start running training, you get vocational, you get entrepreneurship, tigna cooperative, mentor, or star pack, 5-star investment.
Can you maka umazo keta onwezo cho ibend down, onwezo chi Gbam for the cheba HQ, for the cho ipeta for the no online. And what ozo ekwesisi na akpata ego na aburo mmadu inwe ihe eji maria. Talk to our youth.
Rome I na for today, I na envy was not built in a day. Ihe obuna mmadu na eme one process is bound to clash. Aka aja if you don't saw your hand, you can't eat. Ogbo egbe gana na egbe, ogbu magana na mma. If you dey eburi na agbawocha na non-government and the other state, they are all in their 20s. Yes. Criminality does not pay in any form or shape. I get a man dignity in labor so that you can explain through your wealth. Who knows, your life story will inspire generations to work hard. There's no shortcut to working hard. It's very important that and embrace it. It's unfortunate that to go we're gonna try all in Nigeria. One day Kotonu and they buy his ties. I have POP. Anambra, a land of infinite possibilities and opportunities. There's nothing actually made the genuine here that won't thrive. Boys bife. Cool no down no. Then torobia. Mana ofelola alo ezuru onye obuna n'ime ewolu nwayo. Keta azebo obuho so much about certificate. It's so much about certificate. What you sabi. And I know that Nigerians are very industrious, passion-driven set of people we are leaders of now. Therefore, we must at all times think about how we can make Anambra great. This is a challenge to us, the followers. Let us get it right.
Security-wise, or they can the Operation Udogachi, and it may be her governor name because now and then we have so many bad reports about them. Case a checkmate in there.
As in every 12, there must be a Judas. Ndeyale achibutelu ajafa. Okay, all of they liable to discover and to point them out. Governor with zero tolerance to all these kind of issues. Though you have training, these things can happen anywhere. Basically, security agencies will get to work secure Anambra.
Ndeba anye unu kpọrọ nya bụ oku anya azago. Ugbu a ị ga-abụ onye ọbịa na Gbam na-agbanyeghị ebe ọ bụla ị nọ n'ụwa. ị chọrọ ka anyị gbaa gị ajụjụ ọnụ ma ọ bụ ị chọrọ ka ụwa nụ ọnụ gị dere anyị ozi ma ọ bụ kpọọ anyị n'akara ekwentị ndị a ị na-ahụ n'iru onyonyo gị. Daalụnụ.
Dalarinne. Nelson, let's talk about your journey into the university, Unizik, and why is Nelson Omenugha a name that rings a bell? And then how were you able to do it? And
if you were in Unizik, you will also vote for me. You cannot but love me because I'm very easygoing. I brought a pushover. I'm one person that take every turn and every opportunity to say things the way I think it should be. So out of the 12 of us, 6 vocal leaks, and they were invited by the chaplain Ezemo, and they were asked to step down. They refused. But I was very much intentional with what I wanted to do with my 1 year as the president. So the church also joined me in campaigning, and they had to tell them, if you don't vote for Nelson Omenugha, you've committed an immortal sin, that you have to go for confession. I say if you are in school, you also vote me. I became president of the student union with a CGP of 4.65, and after SUG president, my CGP dropped to 3.95. I graduated top best in mass communication. I won the Vice Chancellor Merit Award, and I had automatic employment waiting for me.
And when your mom played a huge role in you becoming SUG president.
Was she the one that voted in environmental sciences that I won? Out of 11 faculties, I won in 9. So how did my mother influence? In fact, as a matter of fact, the Vice Chancellor then, Ebuka, was telling her to discourage me from contesting. Nobody helped me in terms of rigging. How can you rig an election? You don't know how election is done in Unizik. Yes. It's very transparent. Yes. I won in engineering. Even when they had the guy they call Yaradua contesting. Yes, I defeated him there. One of the now Dr. Emmanuel Ugu of English department then, he's an Anglican priest now. He was the one that even impressed it on their reverend that he will have to openly endorse me. So two more be them in theater. They all came out all for me. And meanwhile, 7 persons that later emerged as SRC, I gave them packets of Don Simon to go and share to their own stakeholder to win. So in the process, they were campaigning for themselves and they were campaigning for me. So I had 7 SRC members for University Hostel. You know, people are funny and people just talk blindly.
Mayor, how was Godfatherism then? Makana mwa aputaku mbo nke 2012 or so. Say je for onye de kabash mbo.
Immediate past president was supporting effective Emma. He couldn't put a successor because his successor was unopposed. And even the successor was supporting somebody else. He was supporting an engineering student, Yaradua. So the first 2 presidents were not supporting me. And they were even going as far as, pushing people from my camp to come and join them. At the end of the day, I still won.
And when spirit spirit of Aluta, how was it then and then? How do you think keyboard now?
I'm going to Aluta. There's no Aluta now. Somebody the lodge fees as high as 300,000 for a single self-contained pelumpe. It can't happen during my time now. Jejuan. Keta arrest student go nifte. Try it under my own now. No way of even checkmate home how can I consume. But me can not 200 naira in school. No, now you can't. So here's the Aluta. Politics have gone beyond confrontation, but you engage. Engagement with facts. Keta azugo here akuna queue. Moko gen na president ana akuna queue about transport. I'm with that discipline now. Very organized. So here in Adiozi, and it is failure of leadership. Their expenses, NMA. Meanwhile, we also pay student dues that the management don't account for.
SUG president on annual on salary.
Yes, at the end of the year, I times 10 months. Technically, 10 months. I was paid with other executives and appointees.
Do you feel like people are saying that Aluta died the moment Nobeleisi was also exported that time?
I remember contacting Noble on Facebook. I told him, nah, cool. His mode of engagement, in all fairness, even though he was fighting it, just cause wasn't the best way to go about it. He came out on a very offensive level, and yes, they took the decision to be a good union leader. You must be a deal maker, because if you get well, you get whatever you want to get. Politics have gone beyond confrontation to conversation. Ideketa 3, to yana for M, oyana for W, oyana for E, oyana for 3.
Perspectives.
You have a middle ground. Why instead of in a culture transport money, why not create an account? Ebe go yalaba, need is ego, a delungi, a gen account or whoop ozbo. There are many ways, for instance, to engage and have it successfully executed. So, but it's all well.
I want to make healthy living a culture in our society. The time to make exercise gi sweat, that sweat is very important. Ibana garden gi bela akwukwo nni sie nni, very natural food. Or if your body need it, just nni obuna dey tuchukwu sike.
Kedu your experience as onye bigo na UK outside the country and
I got 26 countries. Go akwụkwọ na 4 continents. which is Africa. Agom na UK to Europe. Agom na France, Europe. Agom na China.
Asia.
The MMA short course na Canada, North America. Ejegom Sri Lanka. Ejegom Saudi Arabia. 26 countries so Ejegom. So what is the point I'm trying to make? But in all these places, I believe in the infinite possibility of Nigeria. My parents have thought na man no jam maybe na obodo ibo. But interestingly, Nigeria needs me much more than China will ever need me.
Where do you think we are getting it wrong as a country that Nanye Erube to that level? And then this Jaba syndrome, is it something you feel na oche ponyapo? Because you feel na let's stay here and dozie our own country.
I think if I get it wrong about the secret leadership, mana with the way wasa agakuketa followership because the problem. Because our followership bunde na encourage leaders say na eme. We no longer have a way of protesting. It boy ihe joy. Our mother cancel eziafa kego. Ma Gbam asimbiko mujire na eziafa. Munye ego ko wejego eziafa. Ije bute ego gbuo wayo, gbuo kekin. Me yahoo me okite sinye nweta ego. Pụta ure eje gbapụ mmiri lube ilo na-eto gị nweze na-ajụ kedu ka isi nweta ego gị ka ị na-ele source of wealth gị. So our problem is that of leadership and followership. Our leaders are so mindless, are so mean. Why not protest? Why not find a way of revolting that will come and sprinkle few nairas? I believe in what I now consider the politics of stakeholding. If you stake, you hold. And it's only when you stake that you can be able to question ihe na-eme. Ketaze naira nkobo is the intent. Abia campaign ahia na aju gị ko ya wote. Chode mo ihe na achi bia me. Imagine go mo spend ego, imagine. Then ebia sizie ko bia luo golu. You go and recoup his money now. So of them alone as well election. So followers so under it pressure. Man abia politically speaking, the major problem in Nigeria about the political parties. Ego mo Jesus my election na kocha ya na primaries. Then on ya puzie Obara aka biego Jesus election and they want the person to never go the way. Impossible, the person can't. Reforms should start from our political party system. Esumeku, now our political party needs proper interrogation and proper reform that will make it crime to spend certain amount of money trying to get a nomination for a ticket. 40 million, 100 million. You let them and plug them into going to go and borrow money to spend for an executive election. Oh, is there? He needs time to recoup now. So the first 2-3 years, he should be looking for his money and profit before talking about Ibia Kelon on street light. Our leadership needs to do more, and our followership even needs to do better. Our core values has to be revisited. The terrible. God does not serve breakfast on the bed. You have to work out your salvation. Let us begin to question, can you source of this person's money? The best and the smartest business model, but when you are sleeping, you should be making money.
And when courses if you look at an school, if you need yours, now these courses are to go outdated. It will not contribute anything to this person's life.
Every course, and I go, the important. And I break charge courses into various elements. But I ain't got to the you are bringing me. I believe you like land. I believe here I adopt technology to make a difference. So when I market a unique selling proposition, you make a different from the other person. So you identify something you can do differently. You will stand out. So it's very important. Now them matter first and foremost watalo ihe ha na-eje ma ihe ha na-aba into in-depth research and development. But you can't take away the knowledge just things they bring to table. What did you do with those knowledge accumulatively? So I believe now every course is useful. Now I need a curriculum review and how to adapt skills and technology.
Inwele akọpụlụ iche ịchọkụ ụwa nọ. Inwe ife dị n'obi ịchọ ikwu gbam. Inwele ife dị omimi ịchọkụ onye ọbụla malụ. Onwele akala aka izole izo ịchọkụ wafo na inwe passion for. Bịa na Gbam ka ụwa n'onu yi. Inwelu business ịchọ ikwunye n'ọkụ. Onwe product ịchọ gosoro na Gbam. Ịchọ ka ife ị na-ele, ife ị na-eme na-aga as viral as Gbam. We are here for you. Contact the number on your screen. Ka ikwunye n'ọkụ ka ifu na ọ na-eme. Adamu aka. Gbam is the biggest Igbo interview in the world. Come and find out for yourself.